This this session will focus on how M&E systems can be strengthened, specifically through data analytics. There are many tools which can be used, but today we shall focus on R programming. So R programming is a modern tool, and the use of R programming is increasingly coming up alongside other tools like Python, and of course, alongside the era of artificial intelligence. So, knowing how to code is always an added advantage, especially to the fellow M&E professionals, as we shall see. Um, Today, we shall ensure that by the end of this workshop, uh, we have achieved these objectives. The participants are familiar with RStudio. They are also able to use R programming for at least basic data analysis because this was designed for someone who has not used R programming before. So, of course, by the end, um, we shall have achieved our objectives with these outcomes. Now, the training content is hereby, as it was shared in the invite. We shall, of course, start with introduction to R and end with an advanced example, an example that is relevant to monitoring and evaluation. Also, it's good to note that when you run data analysis using R programming, you're not limited to monitoring and evaluation. You also use it in business intelligence because all these skills are transferable and the code is always the same. It's all about using this tool to get what you want. So, R programming is primarily meant for statistical computing, uh, things like machine learning. It's also meant for data analysis, which will be our major focus today, as well as data visualization. Using R programming, all these can be able done. Now, where is it always used? It's always used in academia. PhDs in the current world are required to use at least R programming since it is the major player in data analytics in academia. In finance and economics, here M&E falls under growth and development, that's under economics, but also finance, and it's very well used. Healthcare, obviously, bioinformatics, epidemiological modeling, ecological modeling, geographical information systems, drug discovery, biostatistics. R is the way to go when you want to do data analysis. Then R programming as a data analysis tool is good at descriptive statistics, obviously data cleaning and transformation. People call it an SQL killer at some point. Dashboarding, then reporting, you can automatically generate reports using R. Machine learning, uh, then predictive modeling. All the regressions, correlations, random forests, and other models have been built to work with. R has been built to work with these um, predictive modeling methods. Now, what are the characteristics of R? Integration. It can integrate with other tools like Python, C++, then SQL. Of course, R is open source, so we are not going to pay to use this service. That's the advantage. Now, this is why it's better than other common tools like SPSS and Stata, which are common in the Mir world. But also when it comes to integration, R has the best of all data analysis tools which are common in Mir. Mir is monitoring and evaluation and learning. Monitoring, evaluation, and learning. Then when it comes to use of packages and libraries, other programming is good at that. In other programming, you can do nearly everything that you want using libraries. Data visualization and statistical power and data handling. Now, um, let's go right away to introduction to RStudio. So RStudio is an environment. It's an integrated development environment where other programming language can run. Other programming language as itself is not a user-friendly uh, language. Its interface is not user-friendly, just like those who have used Python. So this is like the do file. Other programming is like a do file in Stata, but you need the interface where you can view the graphics. You need the menu where you can import from. So RStudio is an environment that provides all those menus that a person needs to deal with RStudio. Otherwise, RStudio as a programming language itself is not user-friendly. So, we are going to right away start from downloading and installing R and RStudio. RStudio is a user-friendly software or program that integrates very clearly with R programming language so that it can be user-friendly. Now, those who do not have it on their PCs, or even those who have it, we are going to download. Those who have it will be updating. Those who do not have it will be downloading it for the first time. So I want us to go together so that no one is left behind on downloading. It's always good that when you're downloading these tools, you use the common browsers. So let's for those who are downloading it, I hope you can let me present my screen. Yeah. So you can all see my browser. I'm using Google Chrome to download other programming as well as RStudio. So for those who are following uh, with me, let's type download RStudio. Just search for this. I want everyone to follow, especially those who are doing this for the first time. So when you download RStudio, when you search that, you go to this website called posit.co. So we click here. So when you come to this page, it suggests that you start by installing R and then RStudio. This is because RStudio itself cannot work without R. It's not important without R. It can open, but because it is an environment that helps to make R programming user-friendly, then it should find R already installed. That's why it suggests starting with R as the first step. So let's download and install R. So when we click there, it brings us to this page. So I'm using Windows. For those who are using other operating systems, you select appropriately. So I will download R. Then it will of course bring me to this page, and then I will click install R for the first time. Then I click this version. It's actually the current version. So I'll save it to my desktop. So I'll create a new folder and I call it R programming. So I open it and I save. So it's installing, it's downloading. Meanwhile, I'll go back to my page and I install RStudio. So in fact, here I'm done. My internet is fast, so I'm done with downloading R 4.5.1. So as I'm installing, I can still be downloading my RStudio. So let me put both in the same folder. So I save. Now, RStudio is a big 288 MBs. So let me install this. So let me show my screen so that you can see how I am installing it. So you're supposed to see this. Now, my favorite language is English. So I click English and then click install. So I'm here now. So of course, unless you're a good reader, you can take time to read all this. Then you click next. It's always good to let it install appropriately where it has suggested, unless you are good at IT and you want to install it somewhere else. But this is the file URL. So click next. It's good that you don't change all these, you just keep them the way they are. And here, specify yes or no. Do you want to customize? It's good to accept the defaults, unless you're good at customizing. Here, I will create a start menu folder. So I will not select this. I click next. Now, click next and start installing. So whether you have other already installed or not, you will still move forward because you're installing a new version for those who have the previous version. Meanwhile, my RStudio has also been successfully downloaded. But let's wait and see. So we finish. Now, when we finish, I will open, you click your Windows button and look for R 4.5.1, which is the version that we have installed. And it will most likely be on the recommended. It will easily, you should see it because you've just installed it, so it should be among the recent. So you should find it, then you open it. And this is what RR will look like. This is what R looks like. So, and this is what I meant by being not user-friendly. So you would be typing codes here. If you want file, we have this, but it doesn't really look modern with the current skills in designing that people have, web designs and application GUI. You can't have such a screen for people to work with. So because R is not user-friendly itself, that's why you need the RStudio. Here you can perform commands like 2+4. You click enter, you get your answer as 6. But ideally, it's not user-friendly. Now, let's close this and install RStudio, and then you'll compare and contrast. So I don't want to save. So I'm now installing my RStudio and I'm going to share my screen. Of course, you install by clicking. So by clicking, it will open. So this is how it looks. So here we are. So I'll click next. Then I install. So it's now installing. We are installing RStudio, and I want us to look at what we do so that we tell RStudio that it should read our R, or that it should consider the R that we installed. That's why I have to let it finish step by step so that you can see this. We click finish, and we've installed our RStudio. So now I'm going to open it. Still, you should find it uh, when you click your Windows button. So I'm going to share my screen. Just a minute here. So here my screen is. Um, when you open your RStudio, this is what you should see. So this RStudio has got these windows here. It has the upper left, the lower left, the upper right, and the lower right sections. This one here is where you type your commands. So this is like you do file now in Starter, for those who know some Starter. So you type everything you want, and when you run, the answers will be shown here in the console. So it is called the console. All the answers will come here. So of course we shall see things like 2 plus 5. So you see the answers appear down here. Then The environment contains everything that your R session is storing. So if you've imported your data into R, it will be stored in this environment. If you've created pictures, they will be stored here. Everything that you do will be stored in this environment. And then of course, the history of things that you've done. Then when you come to this window, it has files. So this is just your file explorer from where you can open files directly into R. Then,
Hello.
hello?
Yes. I've downloaded RStudio and it is
Mm,
successfully downloaded, but I'm not seeing where it is save itself. It's supposed to be on the desktop. So what can I do so that we move together?
Okay, thank you for
But people are
that.
not many.
So when you try,
I have
you,
muted.
you, you click Windows and search for RStudio, it should come.
Okay.
This is its icon here in the upper left most side. Its icon looks like that. The way you see that icon and the word RStudio, that's how it should appear. If you find it, then you just open it.
Okay. We move. Yeah. Let me
You have it, eh? Okay.
try.
Someone has
Yes, I've
uh,
seen.
okay, thank you. So you
I've
open
seen.
it and confirm that you can view, you can see the same screen. It's good if you have two screens so that your computer is running RStudio and maybe the other part of the computer or your tablet or your phone is on the Zoom meeting. Yes, someone has a hand, administrator.
Rose, please ask your question.
Thank you. I've installed the RStudio. However, after opening it, I'm only seeing three screens. I'm not able to see the four screens. What could be the issue?
Okay, thank you. So so on your screen, look for something like this and click it. It should split your screen into two. This
Okay,
left
sure.
screen has it.
Um,
It should because
yes, it has. Thank you.
okay, thank you. Okay, so we move. So you should have uh, this screen, and when you click in, you can see you can easily edit. You can click in and enter to create more lines of code where you can enter a lot of code over millions and millions of lines. Now, from there, the next on I know I understand there is something that we need to do. So for those of you who have installed RStudio for the first time, um, your RStudio may not be able to conduct um, analysis, especially if it has not automatically identified the R, but it should. So for those who have installed it for the first time, kindly in this part of the screen, in the upper left, type in something like this, 2 plus 2, and you click this button here. Then confirm that uh, it has given you answers in the lower section of the screen. If it doesn't, then we shall. Yes, a hand is up.
Happy Joy, please go ahead.
I am done installing RS Studio, but I can't see it anywhere on my screen. I can't open. I'm behind.
So you click Windows button and search for RStudio.
Okay.
Yes. If you do that, you can confirm so that we move.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes, I'm still facing some challenges. Yeah, when I installed this one, I got the R Studio, the one it installed, but
Yes.
it can't open like the way yours is showing. And it read here, choose R installations. R Studio requires
Okay.
an existing installation. Please
That's
select
good.
the version of R to use.
Yes,
There
that's
is,
good. I hope you've not moved forward.
I'm not.
Okay. So that's what I actually wanted. So you can help me and share your screen, then I show you what to do.
I share you my screen.
Yes, you can share your
Uh,
screen.
that one will be a challenge.
Okay,
Can
I
you
can.
direct me?
Okay, it's okay. What is your name? So that I can get your screen.
Mabor,
I can get your screen.
Mabor Shirwe.
The one you're using here on this.
Yes.
Okay. So the reason why mine didn't bring that was because it was already okay. I think this is your screen, not so?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Now, what you're going to do is are you seeing rendering engine? Rendering engine. So it means that you have your auto detect recommended is selected. This means that RStudio will automatically look for R and use that one. Now, if you have already installed your R, which you have by the way, because if you look into this box here, it says 64-bit C users. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
Yes, so that's the R that you've just installed. So it should now work if you click OK.
It is inactive.
It is inactive.
Yes.
Okay, so is then you look at these other at the last option, because I see the second is also inactive. The second option, the last one.
The last one. Choose
Yes,
a specific version. Choose a specific. Hello.
Yes, I can't see your screen. I can see mine.
It was down here rendering engines. I tried to select. There was a detect. The recommended detect, but
Yes,
I tried to select the software, but it make all those things inactive.
yes. Share your screen again. Share your screen again, then I show you. But if you select that choose, if you select choose, it was the third option, that box will become active. So when you select that line that we read, that path, when you click it, the OK button should become active.
Now, I'm seriously facing some challenges. Reason I'm using the phone while the installation I've done it in the computer, because the computer, the password of the Zoom was not correct. So I decided to click the link direct from the phone instead to transfer the password to computer. So I'm using two gadgets.
Okay, that's fine. So for those of you who have faced the same challenge, you should have a screen that looks like this, like the one which he has, like this one here. So when you meet this, so you see this is what I've just installed and this is what was my computer before. So you will meet such a screen. I wanted someone who is doing this for the first time so that it works. And I hope, Mr. If you click here, yours has been here. Yours is this. But when you choose this will become active.
Choose a specific
version of R.
Yes.
So this becomes active. You can click in and.
Yes, I click.
Yes. So you of course you select your 4.5.1 and you click OK. I will do 4.4 because that's what I do have also that I've been using. So you select the other version that you have, which will be, of course, only one option, and click OK.
Okay, so this will take one last question from Joyce. You can continue.
Come again?
We'll take one last question from ISC Gadgets. Your hand has been raised. And then you can continue.
But they are not here.
Hello, good afternoon.
Okay,
Yes.
it's inactive.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could
For
I
those
ask
who can't,
something?
yes, you can ask something.
I don't know whether I'm still right. I tried following, but I can't see where you've put the 2.2+1, that upper one. I'm only having 3 partitions on my screen. I don't know whether I'm right or there's something wrong. Thank you.
No, you're very right.
Yeah, and it's not Joyce alone. If I also have one, actually, I have one partition only, the one that has ARA console, and the ARA is the blue, and then there's only one screen.
I can't see where you saw that, where you are having the run, the open on source on save, that thing. I don't have it, but the 3 ones I'm having them. Thank you.
That's fine. That's fine. So your screen is like this.
Yes, yes.
And also someone has a screen which is like this.
That's me, yes, that's me.
Yes. So you see these buttons here. Those buttons will help you in shaping or reducing and increasing the size of the different partitions. Now, when you click this one here specifically, it should split this into 2.
Okay.
Then, for the gentleman, I want you to send your cursor to the right until you see your cursor appearing like this, meaning that you want to resize something horizontally. So you click and drag to the left.
Oh, it has come. Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope we are all here.
Hi, Methodius. I remember you said that if one is installing R for the first time, you type maybe an expression up and should be able to see an answer down. So I typed 2+2, but I'm unable to see the answer below.
Okay, so you just enlarge this screen, this part of R, by clicking here. When you click between these two partitions, you should be able to have your cursor like this so that you can enlarge vertically, and your answers will be appearing here down. So when you type 2 plus 2, your cursor should be in the same line, anywhere in the same line, and you click this button, run, or control enter. So your answer should appear here down.
Yeah, sure. It's
Okay.
okay now. Thank you.
Thank you. However, I think I noticed a big problem because when I look at my R Studio, you have file, edit, code, view, and I only have file, edit, view, and my miscellaneous packages, Windows, and help. I don't know where the problem came from.
Do you
I
have
don't have,
the full partitions like this?
when I look at my display, the word R Studio in the top left corner, below it you have file, edit, code, and then main has file, edit, view.
Okay, can you share your screen so that
Okay.
yes, kindly share. Yeah, so guys, we are now on R Studio. You need to know R Studio so that you can do other programming very well.
Are you able to see my screen?
Oh, so what you've opened is R. It's R. So this is R graphical user interface. So this R you see is not R Studio. And this is what we said, that R itself is not user-friendly. So R Studio is an integrated environment. It's an environment that was designed to be user-friendly so that you can easily do programming in R. And
I downloaded this and I uploaded it.
Yeah, so what you're going to do is close this.
Okay.
Then click your Windows and search for R Studio, not RGUI. R Studio specifically, and open it. So I want all of us to get to know this R Studio because it's from here that you can start doing data analysis in R. Because if you have your R Studio, it means that you can anytime let's say, ask someone how to do mean in R Studio.
How do I access R Studio then?
You click your Windows button.
Okay.
And you type R Studio, just like you want to open any other program.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my screen is the way
no.
Come.
Hello.
Those with questions, kindly raise your hands because we are having an interruption. Please raise your hand so that you can ask your question. Otherwise, we're having a number of speakers. We'll see the hand and then we'll let you ask your question. Thank you. Dr. Mukama, you were still talking or your question was answered?
My question was answered. Thank you very much, moderator.
Okay. Can we have somebody else or Methodius can continue? Agre, your microphone is unmute. Do you have a question? Okay, please go ahead, Methodius.
Thank you, Ninsima. So, Dr. Mukama, I hope you have the same screen that we have, all of us, this one here.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much for the guidance.
Yes, and you have the 4 partitions?
I have 3. I'm looking for the 4th one by your guidance.
So it's like this. So you click these 2 blocks and it should automatically split into 2. Here, Dr. Mukama?
I am good to go now. I have 4. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. So, okay, thank you for muting. So, for all of those who are having this screen, I want you to move with me. You click Tools here, Global Options, then you go to General. It will be, of course, the default one, and confirm that the other version is shown here. So I hope we are all here. So if you've seen that, it means that your RStudio has been able to identify the R programming language, and it's now good to go. Now, back to our PowerPoint. So we've just finished downloading and installing R and RStudio using that link. Now, before we start doing R, let's understand different data types in R. Every programming language has its own data types. Even Stata, even SPSS, which are not programming languages, have data types. The first one is numeric. Numeric includes decimal numbers. Things like age. By the way, even those which are not decimals, but can be decimals by saying, let's say 2 or 3 or 3.0. They're all numeric. And these are the examples that I have given you. 4.5, a 2, then negative 1.7. All those are numeric numbers, are numeric data types in R. When we come to integers, integers are whole numbers. So now, in R, to differentiate between someone who writes a 2, which means age of 2 years, which is, of course, it's always like 2.1, 2.5, to differentiate that from someone who is showing or is presenting counts, let's say number of people, we add L. So when you add L, you can't say 5.5 L. It cannot work because integers are whole numbers. These are counts, like number of people, number of animals, number of computers, etc. Characters. These are texts or strings. An example can be a word baseline. This is a word, not the baseline assessment, but just a word. Then also any word like yes in R is considered a character. Then logical true or false, those are common. Then factors. Factors, these are categorical data. For example, males, females. Of course, the variable here is sex. Then the complex numbers, and finally, date or time. So date or time is in other programming, you confirm that. So other programming will know that what you've typed is a date, not a string or not a character, if you say as.date and you specify your date like this. Otherwise, if you just write 2025 -01 -01, it is a character. Because it can't be a number, it has some items which are not numbers. So we can now move on. Other programming as a calculator. So in other programming, you can do every calculation that you think about. After all, if it can't do calculation, well, then what can it do in data analysis? So other programming is a very good calculator, and we already saw 2 plus 2, 2 plus 5. Just typing those two numbers and you get the answer. Now we are going to go back to our other studio and we run addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and exponentiation.
Hi, Methodius.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm struggling to remove the window for that part when we went to check the version of our programming. So that window, I'm struggling to remove it.
I understand.
Yeah. So how do I remove it?
So you went here, tools, global options, and confirmed that you have the other version here. So this scroll bar here should take you down and you click OK or click apply or cancel, any of the three.
I can't see that scroll down bar.
It should be here, this one. If your box is big, then just go down up to the end.
Down right. Sorry to interrupt.
Here. Can you see this?
Not yet, because I'm still looking for that bar on the side. It's not showing from my
Okay, so
window.
can you see the entire box? This
No.
box?
No, even when I try to drag it upwards, it doesn't show up to the very end.
Yeah, so meaning it's hidden. It's hidden down. So you need to find ways of seeing this. It's hidden down. You can cross your other studio, and then you may click don't save. So you reopen it.
Okay.
Yeah, and when you open it, do not go back to that, because after all, we've confirmed that we have the other programming linked to our other studio. So let's move. We are starting with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division plus exponentiation. In other programming, when you put a hash before the start of anything, whatever follows becomes a comment. In brief, it's not a command. So I'll put hash and I put the word addition. So this is the power of hash. If I say hash and I put 2 plus 3 and I run, see, nothing comes, because when you put a hash, it means that whatever you're going to type is not a function and it cannot be used for any calculation. So let's start with addition by putting the word by typing a hash and writing addition. Say addition in other programming. So we start with 2 plus 3. Click 2 plus 3. Then in that line, anywhere in that line, you run here. Let me confirm that we've run that. All those who are following with R Studio. Are we done with addition, or we still need to run R Studio? Its interface should, by the way, be understood so that you are able to analyze your data efficiently using R programming. Any questions so far?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, sir. I'm completely left behind, and I couldn't be able to move with you guys because I'm still facing the issue, the one that I was asking you, and it didn't work itself. So I couldn't be able to move with you together.
Kindly share your screen once more. Did you say you can't share?
Yes, I can't share because I'm using what I'm using now. It is the phone, but the what I install it is installed in computer.
So did you see this? Yes, you were here. You
Yes.
had a screen like this.
No, I was in where there is this one. Use the machine defaults 32-byte version of R.
Yes. Can you see? And you have this option here.
There is this one. Choose a specific version of R.
Yes.
Yes. When I choose it, it make OK inactive. So when you cannot be able to click OK, it make it inactive.
So when you choose it,
Yes, when you choose it, it make it active. When you not choose, the OK is active. When you click OK, it will give you a different instruction.
So when you click choose a specific version of R and you click that version of R, click it, it should be blue like this.
Yes, I click it.
OK should become active.
No, it is inactive.
Then you said it's active if you do what?
When you are not choosing, when one is not choosing the specific version, it will come. There is a browse and download R down.
Okay. Methodius and Labor, sorry, I'm going to interrupt a bit. I'm going to put Methodius's email address in the interest of time so that you can reach out and maybe get additional support to install your R. I'm requesting so that we can allow all the participants to utilize the additional 50 minutes that are remaining to the top of the hour in this session. I'm going to post the email so that you can reach out for additional support after this. Thank you. Back to you, Methodius.
Okay, thank you, Ninsima.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll guide you. So we are on addition. So we say 2 plus 3. Anywhere in that line, make sure your cursor is there and you click run. You get answer as 5. So the next we can do multiplication. So multiplication, simple. It is 2 asterisk and 3. The answer should be 6. We click run and get the answer as 6 here. After multiplication, we can do subtraction. So let's do subtraction. So subtraction, we get 2 minus 3. So 2 minus 3 is -1. The answer is here. Then After that, we can do division. So division, and we get 2 divided by 3. Just 2/3. And you get the answer 0.6 recurring. So we've done addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and the other one is exponentiation. Let's say we have 2, and where is this here? It is shift 6 on my computer. Have this 2 to power like 3. That's 18 because that's 2 times 2 times 2. So that's exponentiate. You can also get the same answer by having 2, then asterisk, 3. And we get 8. Let me confirm that we are here. Yes, Alinda, you have a question.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Just that I don't see the workspace coming through, so I don't know what could be the issue.
You don't have this. Alinda.
It does not come through.
Could you please be a bit more elaborate on the workspace that you need so that you can get supported?
So your window is like this, eh?
Yeah, I opened the window and it was like, I see I tried to type addition in R programming. When I tried to click run, that
the answers should appear here. You can use this scroll.
Wait,
Confirm that. Then for those who were able to type this, let me also know any challenges that you faced in typing, because I know for the first time you can face these challenges. But at least for now, you've learned something. I want us to finish this, then we go to importing the data set, then we do some basic analysis, and we move. So, assuming that
maybe before, hello?
Yes.
Maybe before we proceed, could it be that maybe I'm using something that is not what you people are using? Because I had installed this while at campus, and from the look of things, what you're projecting is quite the same things that I have. But when I try to run my things, I don't see the answers come through for sure. So I don't know what could be the reason.
So
why.
you click in that line, put the cursor in that line and click run. The answer should appear down, as long as that line you're trying to run does not start with a hash.
Oh, sorry. The line shouldn't start with a hash.
No.
Okay. I think that would be the. Let me do that and see.
Okay. Then laws.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to ask, in case you have typed an instruction on the first page or the first partition, and then it ends up bringing an error on the console tab, how are you supposed to get rid of the error?
Read the error for me.
I typed 2 raised to power multiplication 2 times by 3, and then it brought an error unexpected. The raised power in 2 raised to power multiplication 2 times.
So you type this exact thing
Yes,
here.
yes.
It should give you an answer. It should give you an answer. What about if you do this?
The one that I've already done 2 raised to power 3. And then I've also done the following one, but I added 2 multiplication signs instead of 1.
Didn't work?
On the 16th row on your screen, the one that you've put 2 raised to power multiplication 3. So mine has 2 raised to power multiplication is 2 times. I
Wait,
have
you
2
have
signs.
this. You have this? Do you have this? Do you have like this?
Yes.
No, you put 2 star 3.
Yeah.
And you should get the same answer as 2 raised 3.
Okay, so my question is, if you had already run the action and you got an error on the console page, how can you get rid of that error? Or it doesn't matter if it's there? It won't affect anything.
It doesn't matter, because when you're doing a calculation and you want to put that in a report, this console here is not a text editor. So you still have to copy your answer and paste it in your Microsoft Word or Excel or anywhere. So still it doesn't matter. You just don't copy that. So just run this again. Yeah. If you want your console to be smart, then you come here, you clear console here. So when you clear console, you rerun everything with correct code. So your console looks clean.
Okay.
Yeah, you run everything by just coming into here, then you Control A, select everything, and then run.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, any other questions like these? I know such things can be disturbing, such issues. Now, moving forward, we are done with R programming as a calculator. Now, I want us to also look at what we call vectors in R. So you see this R, I can have my code in chunks. So for you to have your code in chunks, or to create a chunk, there are many options. But also if you click and insert 4 hash symbols, you see this fold code becomes activated here. So when I click it, I fold all the code together. When I click it again, it opens. Now, I'm going to do that in order to organize my code. So here I'm going to start vectors. Vectors in R are, by the way, the most important basics for those who are running data analysis. So we need to have that in check. Now here I will put calculations. And of course, when you put, you have to add extra hash symbols here. So vectors in R. So vectors are a way of having many similar things grouped together. A vector is like a variable in our data sets that we always get from fieldwork. It can be, let's say, education, it can be age. Let me do a simple on age. So in R programming, we have what we call assigning, just like any other programming language. So I create age as my placeholder, and I say that age, I want it to store. This is how you create a vector in R, by putting C then open brackets. So I want age to store 23, 45, 12, then maybe 10, and let's say 50. So when you look at this, I have created a vector, or so-called a variable in M and E, called age. And maybe I collected data from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, from 5 people. And this was how their age is distributed. So when I run this line, see here, there is no error, meaning I've done the right thing. Now, there are many things which you can do with this age here. So, for example, if let's say you can, by the way, add another variable before we finish. You can add another variable, and you see this variable is numeric. Okay? So I can have another variable like sex, and of course my sex is going to be string or character. So if it is string or character, you put it in quotation marks. So that the first person maybe was a female, then put a comma. The second person here was, let's say, a male. I want to have the same number of items so that these two vectors are equal, because I will use them in the future. Then the third person maybe was a male. Then the other person is a female. So these are so far 4 out of 5. Let's say this is a female too. So I highlight both of them and run. And here my results are. Now, suppose this was the data I collected, and I want to do it simply in R. So in the R, we are now going to look at statistical operations in R. Let's start with the simple one, mean. So you type the word mean, and in brackets, you put the variable which you want. So this is mean of age. So mean of age is this. So the mean of this is 26. So you can see how vectors are like variables. So this is, even if you have the real life data set, this is how you run your mean. This is how you get mean age. Mean age, median age, all those commands are already in R for you. Median, you just type median. It's like English to some extent. Type the word age. And you run that line. Now, of course, you must run mean and median on a numeric variable. So you can't run mean on such a variable. Now, remember, suppose I want to have this as a data set. Since this is common, I want to have this as a data set and also have it in Excel. I've conducted my research about 5 students, and this is their age and their sex is here. Maybe I want to add another variable called height. So height, I assign it to the first one is maybe, this will be in meters. So this is 1.6 1.7. This one is 1.9, comma. Then this one is 1.5, comma. This is 1.65, comma, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the last one is, let's say, 1.74. 1.74, like this. Separate them by a comma, then run this line to confirm that you've run that. Now, after doing that, I can also get the mean of the height. If you've already run it up by just typing HEI, it suggests so that you just click this suggestion and then run. You can also do things like standard deviation, but I think we can leave these ones for now. We shall do those ones later. Now, what I want us to do is create this as a data set, is have these, combine them into a data set. So in R, it is easy to do a data set as long as you have your variables here that you've already identified. Now I'll call my data set or my data frame maybe DF to be data frame. I assign that to. Now I create a data frame, data dot frame. Already R has identified that you're doing something related to data. So to bring all those which start with data, all those functions, and I'm interested in data dot frame. So when I say data dot frame, I enter my vectors. The first vector is age. The second vector is sex, followed by height here. So when you run this command, it will generate a data frame. And by the way, our environment is getting filled. At first, we had sex, which we ran, height, age, now the data frame. Our data frame is comprising of 5 observations and 3 variables. Indeed, we have age, sex, height, which are 3, and 5 observations. And you see, sex is a character, height and age are numerical variables. I will always show you that using the environment where all these are being stored, but also in the history here where all these are. But my history has many things. Now, okay, moving forward. So this is now like an Excel data table that we always have. And if you want to actually look at it, this is what we call viewing the data set. You just type view with capital letters and then enter the name of the data frame. Then we run. So when you run, it opens here. So you can see we have age, sex, height, and this is how all this is distributed. Now there is something I want us to learn. We call it packages. Packages or libraries. So these packages or libraries help us in doing specialized tasks. For example, the people who made other programming, we are not able to give it ability to do things like bioinformatics, things like modeling. They maybe didn't have all that knowledge to make R able to do all those things. So they allow anyone in the world, let's say who is good at ecological modeling, to create a library on ecological modeling. That library or package contains functions which you need to carry out ecological modeling. Someone also created a package or a library that can help you in saving an ARA data frame like this one as an Excel sheet or an Excel file. Rose,
Yes.
you have hand up.
No, sorry, it was my last hand up. I'm sorry for that.
Okay, then also happy. Okay, suppose it was also the last hand.
Mine is up. Mine is up.
Okay, okay.
I need some small support with the view command. I just missed it out.
Which command?
View.
Oh,
How to display the data set, yes.
okay, so that's view here. Then another hand is up on Sergo.
Yes, so it's still on the view data frame. So it's showing error in view data frame.
Which command? View is showing error. Eh?
Yes, yes. So I clicked
Oh,
view data frame, and
this
I
should be
clicked run.
capital. Capital should
Sorry?
be in the
Oh,
uppercase. That
capital.
V.
Oh, okay. Oh. Thank you.
Okay, so when you run it, you should view this. It
Yes, it's
opens
coming
in,
out now.
yes, it opens
Yes.
here. So,
Thank you so much.
okay. So let's go back to Untitled. We've not saved it yet. Let's come back to Untitled. And in R, if you have not saved a certain file, it's always in red, as you see here, and with a star, show you that you need to do something. So that's view. Now, I was still explaining packages and libraries. These are specialized functions that help you in doing a lot of things. For example, if I want to convert this one now into Excel, the person who made R did not even suffer giving it that ability, yet he knew that people were going to create packages or libraries that are used in doing that work. So the package that I always like when converting a data frame that is in R, like this one, into Excel, is called WriteXLX. So, and for you to get that package into your R, remember that it's not by default there, so you have to install it there. Now, to install a package in R, you say install dot. So you say install dot, already it's suggesting. So I will click install dot packages. Now, put it into quotation marks. And you write there your XLSX that you want to install. But this is for maybe seniors. Yes, Grace, I will come. Maybe let's finish Grace before I go to the next.
Yeah,
Grace,
I just want to follow your steps. So when I ran the command for view, my first commands have disappeared. So I don't know what exactly happened.
So in which line are you? It shows lines on the left.
So those are the lines that, let me just see.
The line number here.
So those first lines, so I had typed that command of view, and then I decided to run because I wanted to view the table. So, but then after I did that, everything else disappeared. I can't even see my first commands from the top.
So you're here.
I'm not even seeing that table after running. Yeah, I'm not seeing that table either. I'm
not
seeing
seeing
something else which is really different, which I don't understand.
You click on untitled, you'll see it.
Okay.
It's
All right.
untitled.
Yeah. Now I see them.
Okay, so you see your commands.
Yeah, I see them now.
Okay, so I was still explaining install packages, and I said for us now we may not be knowing even by the way in R any change in spellings or in case. If you write uppercase, that's a different thing. If you write wrong spelling, obviously that's a different thing. So because you may not know the exact, or you can even make a mistake in writing install.packages, maybe you want to write to install write Excel, but now I've written white X LSX. Now to avoid all those, that's why RStudio came in. Come to our left lower section of the screen, and we come to packages because we are studying packages or libraries. The word library is common in some programming languages like Python, C. So if you come here, you will see a list of packages that will come with your R by default because R needs them to even do simple basics. So for you to now install a package, you come to install, just like the word is, and here they tell you install other packages. So install. So repository is CRAN. Here you type the package, and here it's where it's going to be installed. Then you, of course, make sure that you install dependencies. So don't do anything on this small screen. Just come here and type write XL. You see already it's suggesting for you. So it's not even write XLSX, it's write XL. So this helps you in avoiding such errors. So when you type this, it should suggest for you. Yes, Chinedu.
Sorry, I'm lost at the install packages. I don't know how you arrive at the install packages, the click
Okay.
box.
So
Apologies.
can you see these packages here?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Now click install. Here, you click that. So this box should come. Can you see it?
So I clicked on install,
Yes.
and what next will I click? No, I clicked on the packages. What next will I click on?
So you clicked on packages here.
Yes, yes, yes.
Can you see this word install?
Yes, I've seen it. Okay, I clicked on
Click it.
install. Okay, it's out. Okay.
Okay. Now come here and type write XL. It will suggest for you.
Yes, XL, yeah.
Yeah, even if you have this, we also have this, but this one will work for you as this write XL, the small letters. These XLS forms are not for this time. So you install, and when you're installing, it will show here in your console, as we said, that every task that is being done is displayed in console.
Thank you, sir. I'm sorry for the inconveniences because mine does not suggest for me. I don't know. Could it be that I'm having some issue, or because it does not suggest when I try to write something?
Because it uses internet, maybe sometimes you may find the internet is not such strong, but it should, ideally, because that suggestion comes from CRAN. This CRAN is a comprehensive R archives network. It stores all the packages and libraries, and it's online. So that's why we downloaded our R from. So it should quickly tap into that database and suggest. If it doesn't, still write the entire word. Or
No, it's all right. I think I don't have network because I'm working from a laptop that does not have network.
even to install, you need network.
No, I have the package, but like I'm working offline.
Okay, that's good. That's better now. So a lot is taking place and it has finished here. I think it has finished downloading. And you see, package write Excel successfully unpacked and MD5 sums checked. So mine is done. So now let's convert our data frame into an Excel file. Now we are going to utilize the package that we've just installed. I hope, Chinedu, you've successfully installed this
Yes,
package.
yes. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
So because now you have put it on your local machine, you've actually not yet told Ara to activate it. Like Ara can't activate all the packages at once. Because when you start working, let's say you've learned Ara right now and you decided to use it in your entire life, by the end of 3 years, you will have installed over 1,000 packages because you find that every task you want to do, every complex task has a package to make it simple. Now, in order for you to activate that package and tell Ara to use it, you have to do what you type the word library, which is the function, and then the name of the package, right? See, even by mere typing WRI, it knows, it checks the database of packages and finds that there is right Excel. It's just for you. So after suggesting, you just click that, then you run it, Control Enter, or click this button here. So mine is showing these errors. I hope it works. Yes, it is just a warning. It's not an error. A warning has no problem. So mine means that most likely the version which I have is a lower one. But that's okay. Having done that, I want you to come to your packages here again, and here you search for your package. Can you all see here? Our package is write XL. So when you search for it here, you see that it has been checked, meaning it's running. This is another way of activating your package. Search for it here and just click here. See this library JPEG by just clicking. If I click VLOOM, it's similar to typing this command. But because of course you cannot always come here to type, it may be a waste of time. If you just get this library function, you easily do that. So when I do library write XL, it means now I can write my data frame into an Excel file. So here we go. So I want to tell you something before we do this. In any programming language, or even any project that you're doing, it's good to always have one folder where you're keeping everything. Now in R, you can also have your folder where you can always keep everything, your code, your data set, and etc. That's why I will introduce to you what we call a working directory. A working directory is a directory or a folder where everything that you're working on will be stored. Now, to create a working directory, let's come to session. Then we set a working directory and choose want to confirm that we can all be here so that I click there. So when you reach choose directory, it will open your File Explorer, and I will put this to my desktop where I created my folder here. So this folder, within this folder, I want to create another folder called other training, maybe. Other training. So I have this open here. And now this is my working directory. I want to show you what it means to be a working directory. So this is the command that I would as well have written in order to do what I have done. So if I were not using RStudio, I would have to write this command. If I was using only R, I would have to write this command. But now, since I have my menus and etc. in RStudio, I don't have to suffer writing all this, because you must know your computer path, all those. So it's always good that you copy this command and paste it at the start, and of course remove this. What does it help you? It helps in many things. For example, now I want to save my file. So I click Ctrl S, or I click here, save the current document. So when I click save, you see why it takes me directly to the file, to the folder that we made a working directory. It helps in keeping all your things into one. Yes, Chine, do you have a hand up?
Okay, so I was able to create a folder, although I initially have RStudio installed on my laptop. But I'm lost where how you say where we should click for saving. I don't get it.
Saving?
Yes.
Did you create a set? Did you have this set working directory?
No, I don't have this.
Okay, savings, Control S.
So I should click Control X.
S.
Okay.
Yeah, but we said that if you come to sessions, set working
No,
directory.
I did it through the session.
Okay,
I
so when you
created a
click
folder.
okay, so Control S Control S, it should take you to that directory which you created.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me call it other train. Maybe that's the name, the file name. So I click
Okay.
save.
Okay.
So now it's no longer untitled. It should change to this.
Yes, we have 10
Our
minutes
training.
to the top of the hour.
Yeah, 10 minutes. So I hope we have other train, all of us. We have this.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Now, I want us to come here, library, write XL. And we say write XL. So you see, this is the function. It should be write underscore XLS. Should be write underscore XLSX, this. And it's coming from a package called write XL. Inside here. This is how you know that it is the write Excel package that is providing you with the ability to save your file as an Excel. So I'm going to write this. The first content of my write XLSX is the name of the data set, which is DF. So I type DF, comma. Now I put the name which I want to give to my Excel file. So I want my Excel file to be called, in the quotation marks, to be called rtrain dot XLSX. This is how I write it. Then I run. So when you run, it will show down here that it's not an error. It means that it has been saved. But now the question, where has it been saved on your computer as an Excel file? It has been saved in your working directory. If you didn't create a working directory, it would be saved somewhere else. So now if you opened your working directory, it should be there. For example, you can look for that folder and you find it there. Now, we have a file, an Excel file called rtrain.xlsx in our file explorer. And fortunately, within our working directory. Now, that file, it's the same as maybe you've used Kobo Collect, and it doesn't matter as long as you have a file which is Excel. So here I've just created the data set using R, but you can as well collect this from maybe Kobo Collect or ComCare and bring your data set into Excel, and then you put it in our working directory. You save it in our working directory as an XLS. Now, I want us also to import that file into R, because that's what most of us will face. You will not make an entire data set in R. Now, if you want to import, since we are using RStudio, you just click File. In fact, and you just click Import Dataset. And of course, Excel. There are many: SPSS, SAS, Stata, Text, etc. So click Excel. So when I click Excel, I browse. So because I created a working directory, it will quickly bring me here into my working directory, and I find there my file, my Excel file. This could be the file which you got from like Kobo Collect or from anywhere, or from Google Forms. So it will be here. So you import it like that. You click Open. Now you wait for it to preview. So it will preview here. So this is this. Okay, you confirm that. Okay, this is fine. This text here is a character. Maybe you want to convert it into numerical, but of course not. So this age, you can convert it to anything you want, but these are fine. Then the name of the sheet, you can have very many sheets in your data set, and maybe you want to select which sheet to bring. Then of course the name which I'm going to give my data set is rtrain, but I can convert the name. I can call it demo. Then the range, first row as the name, obviously. Then open data viewer. This is the other view function which we had. You can see whatever thing you do here, they show you the code that has done it. So instead of doing all that I've done, I could have as well typed this code in my R, and it does the same job, because R programming is a programming language, so everything should be done using codes only. But RStudio came to help us provide with menus. So I can avoid typing all this code by doing this. Now, after here, I can import. But I need this code So I'm going to copy it and have it on my clipboard. So I import. So it will quickly open here view because I let it open view. So here it is. Now I go back and here is my line which was used. So when I get this line, I'm going to copy it and paste it here. Demo. I can always run this line because now I can close R. When I close R, everything stops. But if I open R and I open this file, I can just run this line and I import that data from Excel directly. Of course, without forgetting the package which R uses to import an Excel file, which is this one here. Now, I can get the names which are within by typing the word core names. So core names, I put the name of the data set, which is demo here. I enter. It has height, sex, age. Suppose I want to get the mean age from this data set now. I just say mean, enter, open brackets. I put the name of the data set, which is demo, then a $sign, and then I select age. I run this. If you've learned up to here, now you can consider yourself a beginner in R programming because you are able to import an Excel file and conduct an analysis like this. From here, even if you now ask anyone, how do I do a bar plot in R, you can easily do it. Because, for example, if you want to do a bar plot, quick one in R, I like using a table. So I do a table. I call it my table. I name it. Now I say table in brackets, demo, then of course for sex, this command here. I want to put it here and run it. Let me even remove this first. So I want to run this command here and you see what comes. See, males 3, females are 2. Now, I can say, I can name this my table. When I do this, it means that I can always call it. So when I do my table is equal to this, I can now say bar plot into my table, the one which I created. So I enter this and you see what comes here, a bar plot. So this is the advantage of assigning. When I assign, I always call. I could suffer by saying bar plot, then I type the entire table or this one here inside bar plot. Still, it gives me the same thing here because you can see this is the second chart. This is how I navigate charts. But instead of retyping the entire function, I just assigned it to a word called my table. And here I can just say bar plot my table and I get my bar plot. Simple. This is the basics. Yes, Joy, happy, and we finish. Okay, Chinedu.
So I'm lost on the bar plots, open bracket, my table. So how do we arrive at there?
So this is the command.
Okay, so I'll highlight it and paste it there.
Yes, this is the command.
Oh, okay. Right.
So I hope this command works.
Okay, I'm trying to write it, the code.
Maybe as
you write your code, Chinedu, Joy, happy you have your hand raised, but you're
Yes,
still
thank you.
muted.
My challenge is at importing the data.
Here.
Kindly recap the process of importing, the steps.
Yeah, so if you created
Yeah,
your
so
working directory, let me first finish importing, because for you, Chinedu, you can be typing this code exactly the way it is, and it
no,
should
done.
doesn't it?
I'm done. So I got the results. Thank you.
Okay, good. You're welcome. So for importing, this is the package that is used in importing. Without this package, readXL, this function readXL would not work. So if you have your working directory and you have a file called rtrain, which is an Excel file, you just say, this would be in your working directory. You just say demo readXL, and put the name of the working of the file. Now, if you have not created a working directory, or even you have it but you want to use menus, you just come to File and import dataset, then click Excel here.
Mine is giving me an error.
When you click Excel,
Yes.
so most likely you don't have the package.
It's giving me some funny error that tells me where read something and then
Could read the error again?
let me just say that error. The preparing data to import, and then it asks me, do you want to install these packages
Yes,
now?
yes, yes, yes.
I say yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So you see in your line 29, you can delete that. Yeah, so if you write, yes, you can delete that. Line 29, it should be capital V, others are small letters.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should now, so you got import, you
I got
first,
import
yeah,
file.
yes. So
It's actually
browse, yes, browse.
I browse.
Yeah, so other training material, that Excel file,
The Excel.
yes, and open.
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
so you can click import because other things are very fine.
Oh, import.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so when you
I'm good.
import, it will quickly open that data viewer, which you can close, or you just click your other training material, the .r. You can close that. Yeah. That X on the right. Continue right.
X, this one?
Yeah.
X. This.
That, yes. Also that.
Even this one?
Yes. So you remain with your code now. So you can now do the thing that we've been doing. Let me present my screen so that you can write them down.
Okay.
And yeah. Okay. So you've done this. So now you can do this. So meanwhile, my screen will be shared as we now hand over to the administrators. I'm sure this was not enough. Yes, Chinedu, one more.
Sorry, it's not a challenge, but it's just a question. Or should I wait during the question session?
Yes, you can come in.
Okay, so I'm trying to say, you are actually going into that direction. So I was trying to ask, so what next after this training? Can we have like a follow-up videos, or do you have a YouTube channel we could watch videos, on R to, familiarize ourselves with this statistical tool? Over and thank you.
Okay. So, okay.
Methodius, the Q&A question has already started. I would like to hope that the questions that are coming up a bit brief as we are already on top of the hour. Kindly, let's take 2 more questions and then we can close. Happy Joy, is that about the R or it's a different hand?
It's a different one. Just wondering how you'll share the materials. Many times we attend this, we are promised, and the material never shows up. How will you kindly share?
Okay. Is there a third question or?
Yes, yes. How long a training will be? Is it for only today or it will be continuing?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for that. Mhm.
I have a question. If you import work data set from maybe SPSS, then you want to run it in the R, why would you do it? Because you have taught us how to use Excel only as you import it. Thank you.
Okay, Method, yes, you can kickstart with that and respond to those that you're able to respond to, and then I will come in and support you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ninsima. So when you import, as in my line 45, this is how you can do analysis using that imported data. All you have to do is state the name of the data that you've imported, which is now demo, as you see here. $sign, the name of the variable. This variable must be in your data set, and you should not make any spelling changes. That's why I prefer that if you, let's say, want to do a table like this, you say table, which is a function in R, put the name of the data set, demo. When you do a $sign, it will bring all the variables that you have in your data set and select it. Avoid typing so that you don't make error. So when it brings these suggestions, if there are many, just scroll down and pick the one that you want. 6. When you get this, you run. This is different from what we had up where we didn't have a data set, but we just had a vector. So for it, we just say mean age of that vector here. Then the other question was continuity of the training. Yeah, I understand really this cannot be enough, but then it would mean that the next cohort or the next training, in case the administrators of the Uganda evaluation, of course, and of course I know they will front this, we shall have those, we shall start from where we shall have stopped today. So I leave that on the UEA. Then recording of the sharing and sharing of the material that will have been recorded. Here, the admin will work on that. Then maybe the resources where you can find different other programming videos, textbooks, a lot of that. Person on my LinkedIn, I always ensure that I reshare anything that talks about other programming, data science, and all these. So then also on YouTube, there are very many good guys, and I hope now you can go to YouTube and query appropriately now that you know how to open RStudio. Yeah, resources on the internet. And maybe let me hand over to the admin. I see a hand up.
Okay, thank you, Methodius. In addition to YouTube, there's a very big community for R online that is very helpful, very open to giving feedback. Try GitHub, DataCamp, and you can practice some of the the knowledge that Methodius has shared with us. I'm also still learning R, but those are some of the resources that I have found very useful for me. Rose, do you have a question? I see your hand is raised. Oh, it's an old hand. And then we shall have our closing remarks.
Yes, I do have a question, and thank you for that. A good presentation that you've had. I've learned a lot because it's my first time using R, and I'm sorry to take you back, Methodius. On the section of call names, once I type the call names and it's giving us an opening and closing bracket, it is also opening another section on the console tab, which is terminal. It's terminal. So am I supposed to put the demo on the opening and closing brackets or also put it on the terminal?
So when you run or when you type this, it should not open the terminal, because the terminal is for command line, which is now the one that is not user friendly. So the terminal should actually not open. So try rerunning this, type this, spelling should be the one, and then put the name of the data set inside the brackets and run that. It should work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Methodius. Thank you so much once again. And from the Uganda Evaluation Association, we appreciate the time and the knowledge that you have shared with all of us. Again, I would like to request individuals who are on call, please join the Uganda Evaluation Association. This is where we learn, we collaborate, and we grow together as professionals in the M&E field. On call is the General Secretary for Uganda Evaluation Association. Nolene, would you like to say hello to the participants in 1 minute? And then we close the call since we are over the hour. As she comes in, I shared a link to the website for Uganda Evaluation Association. Please go there, check it out, and see what we are all about. Click the join button, click the subscription button, and become a member. It is a small fee, but you will enjoy being part of this association. And finally, from me, we shall share the recording. We have received feedback that we promise and do not fulfill on that. We shall endeavor to do better. We apologize about the shortcomings. And so we will work on sharing the material. About preparing a session as a follow-on for this, we will work with the administration team and ensure that maybe we can prepare a follow-on, but like Methodius has emphasized, it would be good for the people who attended this session, not the beginners who are probably installing. So if you are interested in a follow-on session, please give a thumbs up so that we can measure the level of interest. Thank you once again for being here for more than 2 hours. But for us, that is encouraging that you are very interested. I would like to check in if Nolene is still on call, and then she can share a word and close this meeting.
Hi, Sylvia. Hi to everyone. A very good afternoon. I am on the road, Sylvia, just from a meeting, kindly close, but I want to thank everyone for joining the training. And Methodius, big thumbs up to you. We are so grateful for the opportunity, and please do share with us again. Thank you.
Thank you, Noeline, Methodius. Double thumbs up for you. And thank you for sharing your knowledge and for being an excellent young emerging evaluator. To the participants for today, I wish you all a wonderful rest of the day, wherever you are checking in from, and we are always glad to have you here. I'm seeing the previous General Secretary for UEA, Vincent Senyondo, is actually logged in. He was the pioneer of such trainings, and we have learned, and he's still mentoring all of us. Thank you all. Have a wonderful time. May God bless you. Bye-bye.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye, everyone.